You've been tricked into spending more money at the movies, at Starbucks, and on your last iPhone. And the wild part? You walked away feeling like you got a good deal. There's a pricing trick so sneaky that most people go their entire lives without noticing it. It's called the Decoy Effect. And once I show you how it works, you're going to see it everywhere. Your Netflix subscription, your popcorn combo, your last Amazon purchase, all of it. Here's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you exactly how companies like Apple, AMC, and Starbucks use a specific psychological trap to push you toward the option they actually want you to buy, not the one you think you're choosing on your own. By the end of this video, you won't just understand the trick. You'll know how to spot it in real time, and I'll show you the exact move to make so it stops working on you. So, stick around, because the last example is one you've probably fallen for this month without even realizing it. Okay, so let's break this down in plain English. No jargon. The decoy effect happens when a company adds a third option to a lineup. Not because they expect you to buy it, but because it makes one of the other two options look like a way better deal. Here's the classic example. Imagine you're at the movies and popcorn comes in 3 sizes. Small is $4, large is $8. Seems simple, right? You'd probably grab the small, because $8 for popcorn feels like a lot. But now watch what happens when they add a medium. Small, $4. Medium, $7.50. Large, $8. Suddenly, the large doesn't look expensive anymore. It looks like a no-brainer. You're paying 50 cents more than the medium for way more popcorn. Almost nobody picks the medium. It's not there to be bought. It's there to make the large look like the smart choice. That medium popcorn has a name in behavioral economics. It's called the decoy, and its entire job is to lose. Now here's where it gets interesting, because this isn't a guess. This has been tested in actual research. Back in 1992, a researcher named Dan Ariely ran an experiment using subscriptions to the Economist magazine. He gave people 3 choices. Option 1, web-only access for $59. Option 2, print-only access for $125. Option 3, print and web together, also $125. Now think about that for a second. Nobody in their right mind picks print only for $125 when print and web costs the exact same amount. That option is a trap on purpose, and it worked exactly as designed. 84 people out of 100 chose the print and web combo. Only 16 chose web only. Then Ariely removed the pointless print-only option and ran the test again with a new group of people. Just 2 choices this time. The numbers flipped. Now 68 people chose the cheaper web-only option, and only 32 went for the pricier bundle. Same 2 real choices. Same people, roughly. The only thing that changed was whether a losing decoy option was sitting on the table. And that one addition shifted revenue by a massive margin. Your brain doesn't evaluate options in isolation. It evaluates them by comparison. And companies know that better than you do. Let's talk about Apple, because this is where it gets personal. Go look at the iPhone lineup next time it launches. You'll usually see a base model, a Plus, or a Pro, and a Pro Max. The pricing gaps are almost never even. The jump from the base model to the Pro is often small, but the jump from the Pro to the Pro Max? Also small. It's engineered so that whichever model sits in the middle looks like the smart purchase compared to its neighbors, even if you never needed those extra features in the first place. Same thing happens with storage tiers. You'll see 128 gigs, 256 gigs, and 512 gigs. The price difference between 128 and 256 is often disproportionately large compared to the jump from 256 to 512, so the 256 gig option, the one that's not even the model you would have picked on your own, suddenly feels like the obvious smart shopper move. You didn't wake up wanting to spend $200 more. Apple's pricing grid nudged you there, one comparison at a time. And look, I'm not saying Apple makes bad products. That's not the point of this video. The point is, the menu itself is doing psychological work before you've made a single conscious decision. We already touched on popcorn, but let's go deeper, because theaters and coffee shops might be the most aggressive users of this trick in the entire country. Think about your last trip to Starbucks. Tall, grande, venti. The price difference between a tall and a grande is usually small, almost nothing, but you get noticeably more coffee. So your brain goes, well, that's basically free upgrade money, and you order the grande, even if you only wanted the small amount in the first place. Movie theaters do the exact same thing with combos. A small popcorn and small drink might be $9, but the combo with a large popcorn and large drink is only $2 more. So now the combo looks like it's basically a gift. Except you never wanted a giant tub of popcorn and a bucket of soda. You wanted a snack. But the pricing structure made more look like the responsible financial choice. That's the genius of it. It's not that they're lying to you. Every price on that board is technically true. They're just arranging the truth in an order that leads you somewhere specific. Now, let's talk about something almost every single person watching this is paying for right now: streaming. Notice how a lot of these platforms show you three tiers: a cheap ad-supported plan, a mid-tier plan, and a premium plan with 4K and extra screens. The cheapest plan is often made to feel almost embarrassing. Ads, lower quality, limited screens. It's technically the best deal in terms of pure dollars, but it's positioned to feel like the broke option. Meanwhile, the middle plan is priced just close enough to the premium plan that upgrading to premium feels like a rounding error. $2 or $3 more a month for a noticeably better experience? Sure, why not? This is the same three-option structure from the popcorn example and the Economist study, just wearing a different outfit. Streaming platforms didn't invent this trick. They just borrowed it, and it works on smart, financially responsible people every single day. This isn't about being naive. This is about a structure that's specifically built to work on rational thinkers, because it hijacks comparison, not intelligence. Now, I want to be clear about something, because this matters. None of what we just talked about is illegal, and none of it is even necessarily unethical in a hard sense. Every price shown is real. Every product is exactly what it claims to be. Nobody's being deceived about facts. What's happening is something subtler. Companies are shaping the order and context in which true information reaches you because they understand that human decision-making isn't purely logical. We compare. We anchor. We look for relative value instead of calculating absolute value from scratch every time. That's not a flaw in you. That's just how brains evolved to make fast decisions without a calculator running in the background 24/7. The line gets crossed when a company starts lying about the actual product, hides fees, or manipulates urgency with fake countdown timers and fake stock numbers. That's deceptive. A three-tier pricing menu, on the other hand, that's just smart marketing. And honestly, once you see the structure, you can use it to your advantage instead of falling for it. Here's the part you actually came for. How do you stop this from working on you? First, before you look at any pricing menu, decide what you actually need. Write it down mentally before your eyes ever touch the price tags. If you know you want a small coffee, decide that first. Don't let the menu decide it for you in real time. Second, actively ask yourself this question every time you're comparing three options. Would I choose this option if the other two weren't sitting right next to it? If the answer is no, that's the decoy effect working on you in real time. Third, ignore the middle option first. Look at the cheapest and the most expensive option on their own, in isolation, before you even glance at what's in between. That strips away the comparison trap almost completely. And fourth, remember that better value doesn't mean anything if you didn't need the extra amount in the first place. A large popcorn isn't a deal if you were only going to eat half of it anyway. Here's what I really want you to walk away with. Marketing isn't about tricking people into buying garbage. The good stuff, the decoy effect included, works by using real human psychology to guide real decisions. That's not evil. That's just business. But there's a massive difference between being influenced and being aware that you're being influenced. One of those puts you in control of your money. The other one doesn't. Once you know the three-tier trick exists, you can't unsee it. You'll notice it at the gas station, on your phone bill, in the checkout line, on every app that has a subscription tier. And the second you notice it, it loses most of its power over you. If this changed the way you're going to look at pricing next time you're out shopping, there's another psychological trick companies use that's honestly even sneakier than this one. It's called anchoring, and it's the reason that was $200, now $99 sign works on almost everybody, even when the original price was never real to begin with. I broke that one down completely in the video right here. Go watch that one next, because once you understand anchoring, you'll realize it's been hiding inside almost every sale you've ever shopped.